Hello, my beautiful shiny bottoms, and welcome to another live stream. How are you all doing? How's your butt doing? Thank you for the 11 months line. Here's to 11 shiny butts. Yep, to the 11 shiny butts I have in my basement. Which is quite an achievement considering I don't have a basement. But whatever. We're doing guest abuse today. I mean, it depends on your definition of abuse. I'm not going to drown them all over the place just for fun, only when you tell me to. Now, we're just going to make them pay a lot to ride our terrible rides. And we'll see how rich we can get. Presumably at least a millionaire? Hey bro. Hi, that's interesting. Your name is Red. You're red instead of the usual blue. Did you change that? I know sometimes it also changes, like, without you doing it. I'm not sure. Ah. Hey, Carrie. That's a lot easier to say than Karen Draki, and I had maybe already forgotten it, even though you literally told me that name 2 days ago. There's a lot of those names for me to remember. Green. Well, according to me, you're red. The Millionaire March. Well, I'm going to be more than a millionaire, hopefully. Who wants to be at least a billionaire? Marcel is colorblind. I'm definitely not colorblind. Like, Voodoo 3 is green for me. And Peter is, well, more like orange-red. Like the upvote color on Reddit. Hey man, wanted to thank you for the raid last week. Haven't gotten a chance to catch one of your streams that made my night. Well, I'm happy you enjoyed it. What color am I? You're orange. On my screen at least. So, let's get going. Alright, you all know this. This is Electric Fields. It starts off with all the guests wanting to leave the park. Because your park is terrible. Okay, first things first. That's a terrible ride. Also, I want music. I don't care that this is not very profitable. I might remove it later. But for now, I want music. Oh, thank you for 5 gifted subs. Visual sensations. I really appreciate that. Ah, there we go. Also, drown the first one that arrives. That might be this one. I'm not sure. I didn't pay attention. But I'll drown guest 65. Okay, soft guest cap. Yeah, that's important enough. I'll keep that. Hang on, where's the notification? I think. Yes. There we go, sound effects. Oh, thank you for the gifted sub, bro. You're on 87 now. Not quite on Sline's level. But I think third most, which is still quite a lot. Color ride of your choice. Yes, that's back. Can I assume RCT2 is better than the original? It is. Apart from the scenarios. But other than that, it is. And now Slime is at 201. Thank you. Hang on. The merry-go-round should be brown and white. Well, it's already white. Oh, that doesn't look half bad. Okay, first things first is a thing I've said for the second time now. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this there. No entry allowed. Oh, thank you for 10 gifted subs. For 15 now. That's a lot. Thank you very much. You're already on Hype Train level 3. Oh, and thank you for the 500 bits, Donzia as well. Okay, That's a lot at the start of the stream. Also, 69 viewers. On my screen at least. Which is, of course, nice. Thank you for the 2 gifted subs. MV2K and 5 gifted subs. Bro. I mean, bruh. This is quite a lot. Meanwhile, I'm here placing down a few no entry signs. Bruh. At this rate, everyone's gonna get a sub. I mean, the more the merrier, right? Well, that's a hell of a hype train. And another gifted sub. Thank you very much. Okay, the reason I'm doing this, by the way, is to... because I want to get rid of all this pot. It's terrible. So I just want to push the guests. You know, I'm just gonna... do that. Just so that I can push them that way. Thank you for the... wait, no. I got a new notification sound, but I had already... thank you for it. It was just delayed because we had so many in a row. Oh, meatball subs are good. Okay, this is going well. Let's fast forward a little bit. Because I don't care about the goal and timing and stuff. Like I did this morning. So fast forwarding a bit at this stage is not a problem. I just care about the real time at the moment. I just want to get as many monies as I can in the time of the stream. So, let's get rid of this. Oh, whoops. I got rid of all the path. That was a bit of a mistake. And now we're done. Let's fix all these guests. Drink some water. I will make this guest drink some water as well. There we go. That's, well, not all of them, but enough. Is there land for sale in electric fields? I believe not. Hang on. Let me save a few more guests. Okay, that's all of them. No, there is not. Okay. What kind of coasters do we have? Okay, we need more. I want a looping. Oh, we're already developing the looping coaster. Good. I was gonna say we were lucky, but there's literally no luck involved. In right order. Okay, let's start with a medium Woody. One that I used a lot this morning. I want some space there. So that we can build a path, on that side. So how was your week? I had a good week, because I finally managed to get a good start. Like, I finally managed to get into a flow with adding data to my speed skating database. Okay. Unlike this morning, I do have the, what's it called on? The right price manager. So it's nice and easy for me. How many states does Mexico have? A lot. Like 120 or so, I think. I mean, it's a guess, but I know it has, I believe it has a lot. I don't actually know. Thank you for the 100 bits, that might rock. Let's increase this as much as we can. How long after Saturday's stream did the power come back on? An hour, roughly. So, it wasn't too bad. Okay, we're gonna do you. No, that's fine. I need the ads. Thank you for 4 bits, bro. Oh, 31 states. I thought it was a lot for some reason. I don't know why. Well, I was wrong. Anyway, we got a nice Woody going on now. Let's build another one. So yeah, there's gonna be quite a bit of this kind of stuff where we just build a lot of the same ride in a nice, you know, nice array. Something like that. I'll build a few custom cars as well, of course. How many states, provinces? Okay, so we have 12 provinces. Groningen, Friesland, Drenthe, Overijssel, Gelderland, Noord-Brabant, Limburg, Utrecht, Zeeland, Noord-Holland, Zuid-Holland. Which are divided into about 250-ish municipalities. Oh, I forgot Flavorland, by the way. Which is the 12th. And also the newest one. 100 years ago, Flavorland didn't exist. Like, not the province, just the literal land didn't exist. It was all underwater. How about another medium woody? This is honestly an amazing coaster for this. Because not only do guests pay a lot for it, because it's got good stats, it's quite cheap. What's it like? Few thousand? Like 4,500? And it's a wooden coaster, so it attracts 105 guests to your park. Have you been to Disneyland? I have not. Do I plan on ever going? I don't have plans to go, but I don't know, might go in the future. Okay, we have 3 medium woodies now. How much do we charge for it? $13.20. That's a lot. Also, yes, this morning, which I cryptically mentioned a couple of times, I did a challenge, which I managed to complete, honestly, quite easily, in the end. Well, it was still, you know, a lot of work, but I wanted to see if I could beat Crazy Castle, which is not particularly difficult, obviously. But before I beat it, to completely excavate the entire park. Ooh, 19 months. Thank you, Max. You've been here a long time. We're almost into the 20s. So yeah, I wanted to see if I could excavate the entire park, which costs about 1.2 million. Oh, I placed this wrong. Oh well, it doesn't align perfectly, it's fine. Might bother someone, yeah? You know what, it bothers me too. We're gonna redo that. See ya. And then you go there. You should change the colors of the medium woody so they're not all the same. That's not a bad idea. So yeah, I played Crazy Castle and I wanted to excavate the entire park before beating it. So I had to optimize a lot. The problem with that in Crazy Castle is that you only get the ATM at the earliest at the end of year 1. So if you immediately charge as much as you can, yeah, I could change it. I could save it with scenery, but I'm gonna build one more and that's it for these coasters. That's not quite at the moment then, it seems. I have already forgotten what that was about. If you charge as much as you can on Crazy Castle immediately, then guests will leave because they don't have an ATM available. So you have to balance that a bit. Oh, it's not quite at the moment. Oh. Oh, it was a pun. Nice, nice. Also, I plan to make a video about it, which is also why I did it. I recorded it entirely. Took me about 2 hours 55 minutes. It's shorter than 4 years because fast forwarding. And it has an immensely satisfying end, which I won't spoil yet, but it's so very satisfying. Honestly, with it being about 3 hours, it was a perfect challenge for a stream, but when I do stream, you have the text in the bottom of the screen, and it's not ideal to make a video about it, and, you know, alerts and stuff like that. So I decided to do it on my own. So, that question, hang on. What are the longest and the shortest country land borders? Longest is, I think, United States, Canada. Shortest would be Zambia, Botswana. No? Spain, Morocco, at about 27 meters. Somewhere. Longest, like shortest total border would be Zambia, Botswana, I think, at 150 meters. Okay, we got a nice little park going on. Oh, hang on, we don't have $20 umbrellas yet. There we go. Ah, money, 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 money. Do we have a cash machine? We don't. So after the corkscrew, let's go for a cash machine as soon as we can. Welcome, Haunted Shadows Legacy. Let's do balloons. Let's make, I don't know, green. Because why not? Guests will not buy balloons if it rains, by the way. But they'll buy them after it stops raining. Okay, now I want one more of those wooden coasters. Obviously, we're not making a lot of money at the moment, because rain. A looping that's not micro. Okay, well, that space is reserved for the wooden thing. So let's build a looping coaster here. Nice thing about, you know, if you want to become very rich, it's quite easy to do, even with, like, normal coasters. You don't have to optimize a lot. You can just, like, build coasters like these, and they'll still make a lot of money. Also, a nice thing about the looping coaster is that it can do an ultra steep lift hill. Thank you for the 200 bits, Comiker. Why are there no balloons that are multifunctional as umbrellas? Because I don't have an answer for this question. I wasn't expecting this question. And then we'll go around. Now, I'm running out of money. So, I'm gonna have to, well, fast forward a bit. There we go. Now I need to advertise. And you. And you. And you. Thank you for the 2 months, Comiker. And thank you for the sub, Kaan Wolfe. Fast forwarding some more. There we go. That was 3 weeks of fast forwarding. And now I have plenty of money. Okay, after this, let's do a loop. Also, Voodoo, was I right with the shortest borders and stuff? Because I think I was, but I'm not 100% sure. And let's get back to the station. There and there. And a nice long queue line. Let's do this higher. Okay, Botswana, Zambia. Yeah, that's the longest total border. Round of guests. The first guest that rides this new coaster that you're building. Well, that's gonna be Mr. Pink. Oh, he's not gonna ride it. He's gonna ride the drown. Bye-bye. Okay, this is gonna be a hell of an efficient coaster. Do you know every requirement by road? No. I know probably about 50%. And others I have a good idea of. Like, I know mostly what kind of rides have requirements for what stats, but not necessarily the exact value. What are the states that Yellowstone spans across? Well, definitely Wyoming. I think Utah as well. Tiny bit of Montana. And I think it was like 4 states, so... Would that be... Idaho? I'm not sure. What are the right requirements of people to you? That's... I mean, that just means... How do you like your people? How do you like your friends and your family? And I don't know, they have to be nice. Oh, only 3 states. Wyoming, Montana and Idaho. Okay. I would not ride my family. I mean, depends on your definition of ride. Sir Humphrey Davy, thank you for the sub. Yellowstone is a super volcano that if it went off, the end of the world would end as we know it. I mean, I recently saw a video basically saying no. First off, it's not scheduled to go off. Like, there have been 3 explosions in the past, eruptions. And the gaps in between them, you have 2 gaps in between 3 eruptions, obviously. They were somewhat similar. Like, they were about 800,000 and 670,000 or so. Which is not at all the same. I think we might have seen the same video. Yeah, most likely. It got recommended probably all over the place. Name a ride of your choice. Name the looping coaster Double Looper. Misleading advertising. I like that. Oh, whoops. I almost died. Misleading advertising. Whoops. Oh yeah, the euthanasia coaster. That's a good one. I still need to recolor this. You know, I can do that really simply. You know, we have an orange train. So I'll just pick the 5 other colors of the rainbow for this one. And I don't care that it's not going to be in order. Let's see what we need. Blue and green. There we go. Now, did we have an ATM already? Chicken nuggets. Who cares about chicken nuggets? Like, really? Chicken nuggets. Why chicken nuggets? Let's do a junior. Chicken nuggets are the bomb. It's been many years since I had them. How many are we charging for this? 13.20. That's the exact same as we charge for the wooden coasters. Except the wooden coasters have higher stats because there's 2 of them, or multiple of them, and we can still charge the same. Ooh, that's a big, long drop for a junior. Thank you for the sub. Fire 35. Side challenge, make the park vegan. I think it's already too late for that. We have a burger stall. So that's not gonna happen. Are there even good vegan options in Roller Coaster Tycoon for stalls? I mean, what do we have? We have Burger Bar, Candy Floss, that's probably vegan. Well, at least vegetarian. Chicken nuggets, hot dog, sub sandwich. I mean, apart from Candy Floss, it's all meat. What's the highest speed you've reached on a junior coaster? I honestly have no idea. It's not a record I've kept track of. Because it's not really, like, an important one. But probably like 150 or so. Maybe, probably between 100 and 150. We don't need brakes here. We're not going very fast, but, you know, we'll have brakes anyway. Just because it's nice. Have you been drinking water? I have been. Then we'll do this little queue line. And there we go. That's the junior coaster. And it looks kind of nice. Are the ads still on? Nope, they're not. Well, I'm gonna be lazy. I'm gonna do them all at once. Or I'm not, because I can't afford it. Alright, we'll do these less often. We'll do these for shorter. There we go. I'll renew them at some point, and at some point we'll be in sync. How much are we making a month? 10,000. This is not quite enough. So, I need a lot of tiny coasters. And we have corkscrews for that. So let's go for... Does this one have the fences? I believe it does. Yes, good. It's the corkscrew cheap path. And we're gonna need a lot of these. Luckily, they're incredibly cheap. That's kind of their thing. Okay, I also want a fence here, because that looks nice. I'll remove them all later. Oh, did I miss the geography question? Hang on, let me go back. Which Canadian province is called the land of 10,000 lakes? Or what is the 100,000? I can't read. It's probably one of the... Well, you say provinces, so it's not a territory. Is it gonna be... Probably like Alberta or something. Might be Ontario or... honestly, I don't know. I have no idea. I know that there are a lot of lakes in Canada, though. There's a lot of chatter at the moment, which is obviously great, but that does mean it's a bit easier for me to miss that kind of stuff. Oops. Manitoba has over 110,000 lakes. That's a lot. I even have one called Corkscrew Cheap Path Flashy, because it's orange. Now, these are so cheap that I can kind of place them at a continuous pace and never run out of money, because I earn money faster than I can build these things. "13% of Canada is covered in wetland." Well, You know what's funny? If you're on Google Earth, Google Street View, not Street View, but Google Earth, either satellite or map, and you zoom in on Canada, it's basically just 50% lake at that point. So one there and one there. It's really amazing. It's like someone shot a bunch of holes through Canada. I'm gonna start with 12 of these, so we're almost done. Because then I'll have 1200 soft guest cap and it'll make us a lot of money. So it's very good. Which US state is known to the land of 10,000 lakes? That's Michigan, I believe. Those questions about US states and Canadian provinces are difficult, because I'm not very well versed on them. Minnesota. Oh, I was close. I knew it was one of those three. Like, Minnesota, Michigan and Wisconsin are always like a trio in my mind. Okay, do we have the cash machine already? No, we don't. We do need it. Otherwise, guests will leave at some point. Thank you for the 6 months. Gozo GG. Shiny butt. I bet you have a beautiful shiny butt. And that's all the fences gone. Do we have any mechanics? We do. We could use some more. Which Dutch province does not exist? Utrecht. It's a hoax. I mean, is there any... Like, it's a state, it's a province where the capital is the same name as the province. Like, that doesn't happen. It's all made up. And Utrecht is the only province to have that, so... Kill your beloved Leah, number 610. Is Leah really a 610? Let's see. Guest names. Where is it? Let's guest purchase. There we go. Show real names of guests. Do I have a Leah in the park? What about Groningen? No. Groningen doesn't count because it's almost German. Leah. I don't see a Leah. We might not have 610. Hang on, let me change back to... where is it? There it is. Nope, we do not have a 610. There's a weirdly big gap there. From 605 and suddenly 14, 17, 21, 25, 35. There's a lot of... Interesting. Kill Lee. Lay. Next best name, alright. That's not guests. Okay, a lot of guests are already thinking that they're running out of money. Where's Lay? Hang on, there was a Lay. I think they've literally just left the park. Bad luck for you. Okay, we're making some good money now. Which is, well, good. Let's build another log flume. I say another log flume. It's not like we already have one. Let's flip it around. There we go. That's a good location. I love how we are all coming together to drown guests. I haven't even gotten used to it. I haven't even gotten to use it because of the cooldown. As long as the guests die, it's fine. I mean, guests dying is the best thing in the game. You know what? I'll kill a Lee, which is the... Did Lee just leave? No. Hang on. There we go. I'll kill this Lee, which is close enough. Huh. Lead. Oh, it's a Leo. Never mind. I can't read. Well, still close enough. My trumpet teacher used to be called Leo. I mean, he's still called Leo. He's not my trumpet teacher anymore. Okay, 7 weeks, which means we need to do these at 6 to make it equal. Synchronize. Were you any good at trumpet? Well, let's just say that when we did the exam to get either C or A qualification, I forgot whether C is the lowest and A is the highest, or A is the highest or A is the lowest, C is the highest. Either of the two. But the lowest qualification, when I went for that, I got a 9.6 out of 10 on the theory. I mean, it's very like me to be good at theory. And I barely passed with a 6 out of 10 when I had to actually play the trumpet on the practical test. I think that says enough. Which name couldn't you flirt with because she was already married? That was Robin. I mean, I could still flirt with her, I could just never marry her. I was never particularly good at trumpet. Like, played in the orchestra, along with my mom. She played saxophone, she still does. Honestly, I didn't really like it either, but we all picked up an instrument and like, it wasn't too bad. It was fun, but I didn't like all the practicing and stuff. And that's kind of important. Ask a geography question. Where on Earth is the only place where alligators and crocodiles coexist in the wild? Probably the Amazon or something. Then later, by the way, after I played trumpet, I switched to tuba, or baritone, it's basically the same thing. Which is basically just a bigger version of a trumpet. Because I had problems with the mouthpiece being too small. And a bigger version of a trumpet has a bigger mouthpiece, so I could play that a little bit more easily. It still wasn't my favorite thing to do, but you know, I didn't particularly like practicing in the orchestra weekly, but it wasn't all bad. Like, it was still fun every now and then. Did you just interact the track? No, but I did come quite close to it. Oh yeah, I also played the recorder. Thank you for the Prime sub, by the way, de facto Zeta. The Everglades. Okay, so in Florida, the alligator thing. Kill 850. You probably don't have 850 either, but I already down to guest for you. I might need to... Yeah, you know what? The geography question is being used a bit too often. So I'm gonna... Hang on. Channel point. I'm gonna increase the cooldown a little bit. It's 5 minutes, I believe. Yeah, let's make that double. Because I have a feeling I'm busy answering those questions a lot. And that takes away from time I have to, I don't know, finish a story I'm telling or whatever. And play the game. Let's see, 850? Nope, not in the park either. Like, channel points are fun. And I do like talking about geography. But if it's just a constant barrage of geography questions, then it's a bit too much. Now that is a proper track intersection. Does this work? Yes, it works. Beautiful. Maybe H50 was Leo. Maybe. So yeah, I started playing the recorder. It was called General Music Education or something like that. Algemene muzikale vorming. Which roughly translates to General Music Education. And we learned to play the recorder there. And of course learned basic music theory and, you know, sight reading notes and stuff like that. Which I'm very happy that I got that. It was a lot of fun. And then after that was finished, we all got to pick an instrument. I picked trumpet, my brother picked saxophone. No, my mom picked saxophone and my brother picked violin. Which means that my mom and I got to have lessons in Ruinen, the village where we grew up. And my brother had to go all the way to Hogeveen. About a 15-minute drive. Because there weren't enough people taking violin in our village. That it was feasible for the teacher to go to us. To come to Ruinen. But there were enough people taking either saxophone or trumpet or another instrument that the same teacher taught. I'm not gonna build this here out of line. I can't do it there because support restrictions. Hang on, I can fix that. You missed the color. Oh yeah. I did see it, but then I got distracted telling a story. Black and white and bright orange, presumably on the thing. Hot cross buns. I never did hot cross buns. Because it's like, we don't do that in the Netherlands. It's an American thing, right? Or English or whatever. I had never heard of it until I saw it mentioned on Reddit or YouTube or whatever. I don't remember. Not quite that order. Did I get it wrong? Black with white and bright orange. I mean, I did get the correct order. I mean, you'll probably want bright orange on here, black on here, and white on here, or something. No, other way around. You probably want something like this, or this. So at some point oh, do we have the ATM yet? No, we don't. When do we get the bloody ATM? I never knew it took so long. Do we even get the ATM at all? Hang on. Object selection. Yes, we do. Okay, it just takes a while. Just double check. No, we don't have it. Alright, that means we won't get a lot of guests quite yet. Okay. And that's lovely on the ears. I quit playing the baritone or tuba when I was 14? Something like that. I'm not exactly sure. Oh, it's the coast that's in the way. It wasn't support limit. Well, I'm not gonna build it back because that's ugly. Let's build... Yeah, let's build a small classic mini coaster. And then when I was 17, almost 18, I picked up the electric guitar. Because I started listening more and more to rock music and hard rock music. At that point I listened a lot to Queen and started to dabble with Guns N' Roses. And I wanted to play that stuff. So I took electric guitar lessons from a lovely guy called Rob. And I learned to play the electric guitar. I learned to play the solo to Bohemian Rhapsody in about the first 2 weeks I had ever played the guitar. Because, don't get me wrong, I had never played a guitar before that. Like, yeah, I had played a guitar in music class in high school, but my playing a guitar in music class in high school consisted of tuning the strings such that you could roughly play Smoke on the Water on the 4 bottom strings. Which means they're hilariously out of tune, and it makes no sense at all. And the teachers must have absolutely hated that, because then they have to retune them and stuff. But yeah, I wasn't much good at it. I didn't like it or anything in school. So, for all intents and purposes, I had never played the guitar. So, I had to learn it all from scratch. And actually the very first thing I ever learned, because the teacher was... we didn't start with basic exercises. Because that's a terrible way to learn guitar. Because I was excited about learning guitar. But any way to kill all my excitement for playing the guitar is to start with, okay, we're going to do all these basic exercises, like scales and stuff. So, what he just did, he said, alright, play me on your phone a song that you like, and we'll play something from there. So I played him Dead on Two Legs from Queen. And there's a little thing called da, 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 da. Something like that. I'm not a singer. And he showed me how to play it. Because, you know, he's good enough that he can just listen to it and play it by ear. Then he showed me how to play it. And I could play it. Like, within the first 15 or so minutes of my first guitar lesson ever, and my first time ever attempting to play a guitar, I played a few notes from a song I liked. And that's how you make people excited for learning an instrument. Of course, very young kids might not have those little songs that they like. At least when I did trumpet, I don't believe I did. So that was a little bit different. Maybe why I didn't like it at that time. Drown a guest. Drown a guest who's out of money. Well, that'll be a lot. That's 257. From what I understand, that's a pretty common method for guitar lessons here in America as well. Gets the student excited to learn. Yes. Which German state is also used as a measurement of area? What? I mean, you have Hamburg, Bremen... Is this open? No, I never opened this. Hamburg, Bremen, Berlin, which are the city-states. Saxony-Anhalt, Lower, Upper Saxony. Rhineland, Westphalia, or something like that. Bavaria, Mecklenburg-Vorpommern. I think I'm out of German states. And I don't think any of them that I've mentioned so far can be a measurement of area. I mean, there are more German states, but that I don't remember. There are 16, I believe. Cash machine. Ha, he, he. Ah, hey, 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 hey. I want coasters and thrill rides. You go there. You go there. You go weaving. You go there. And so, more about me playing the guitar. I'm not really good at playing the guitar at the moment. Because I don't really practice proper things. Like, I never practice scales or anything, or rhythm, really. But I have fun, and I can do some basic things. Like, I can play solos reasonably well. I can keep up. I can't sweep pick, but I can play fast. You know, do some basic techniques and hammer-ons and pull-offs and, you know, what do you like, all the stuff like that. Bends is fun. And I can play riffs, like I can do Master of Puppets, I can do Master Passion Greed, I can do Dark Chest of Wonders. Stuff like that. I can do Tie Your Mother Down. So I'm good enough to have fun, and although I should practice more to actually get better. I really should, because that'll make me, you know, that'll make me a better player, which is more fun in the end. But then I actually need to do that. And that's... yeah, I'm not quite managing that at the moment. Do you own a guitar? Yes. I do play every day, or almost every day. Like at least 6 out of 7 days. So, I do own a guitar. The first 3 months I played a guitar I had borrowed, along with an amp I had borrowed from the music school. Which is, of course, very nice. Because just in case guitar wasn't for me, because I didn't know, it would not have costed me any money. I mean, the lessons, obviously, but I wouldn't have wasted money on buying a guitar. But pretty quickly it turned out that I really did like playing the guitar. Sometimes to a bit of an annoyance of my parents and siblings. Because electric guitar easily be loud. And then I bought a Red Special. Which, for those who aren't Queen fans, it's the guitar Brian May uses and has built himself. Obviously, I didn't literally buy the Red Special. That's not really a thing you can buy. But he has a shop where he sells them. And yeah, they're really good. It was about £850, I believe. And yeah, it works great. I've had it for about 7 years now. And so far, I've had it fixed. Because a thread had come loose somewhere. I had it fixed once. So it's held up pretty well. Now you just need to get his hair. I mean, it is the same length, roughly. By which I just mean it's long. Just like his. Are we still advertising? We're not. I need to be more on top of that stuff. But obviously, since I'm streaming, I'm gonna be distracted. When I did Crazy Castle this morning on my own, I just, you know, had music on. But didn't really need to do commentary or anything. I was a lot less distracted. Let's see if we can go through here somehow. Yeah, that works. Most people watching here are watching just your live stream. I mean, that makes sense. I've never watched more than one live stream at a time. So I think you're just a little bit special. Which is fine. You're allowed to be special. And there's another great coaster. Yeah, I never noticed poles either. So you're not alone, Slime. That's probably a bit of too long of a station, but oh well, it'll have a high throughput, so it's fine. Yeah, Red Specials aren't all that expensive, but if you want like a proper Red Special, because mine isn't like it's. They have 2 models on his shop. One is the one I got, and one is like the Super Red Special, and it's as authentic as possible, which is about £4,000. So, yeah, if you want that, You're gonna pay a lot more. Now guests will actually pay quite a lot for pirate ships. So let's build a few. We're gonna do a short queue line. $700 is not that much money for a guitar. Like, sure, you can get a guitar for $200, $300, but like, if you want a little bit of quality, you're gonna have to pay a little bit more. Okay, 2 is enough. There we go. Now I want you on this side, please. Thank you. Nice. I never found a guitar that I considered it good enough to be worth spending 3k on. Yeah, but 3k is not quite the same as 700. You know? Name a ride of your choice. We getting rich or what? Yes, we are. Name one of the micro corkscrew the Marcel Vos Express. Sure. There we go. Okay, now we're getting a lot of guests again. You can see a little bit of a dip, because they were all poor. Okay, how much are guests actually paying for this? $780, that's quite good. What shall we build? Let's see. We have enough soft guest cap for a while. We have about 2,000. 2,500 already. Synced pirate ships. Yeah, they're not really synchronized anymore. As soon as guests go on them, they'll be out of sync. There's not really anything you can do about that. Cody W before it gets launched into the air. So you watched this video. Is Cody W an actual name? Do we have a Cody W? We have a Cody L, which is close enough. Okay, we already have 53,000. And let's... Oh, you know what? We can use this little space for another stalls. Because you need 6 stalls. That's the basics. Although we already have a cash machine there, so we only really need 5. Which means we have another space left where we can put an extra balloon stall. Let's make it light pink. Candy style. Candy style is good. Candy, where's Candy? Oh, it's alphabetic now. Also, listen to this. Hang on. Yeah, I got that with a custom park that I downloaded. I think Brian sent it to me, linked it to me. It's not his. Let's save this, I'll show it to you. What was the name? Oh my god, I forgot the name. Hang on, I need to look it up. It had Mandela, but I don't... Like, it didn't start with that. So I need to search for Mandela in my save folder. Which you can't see me do. Ah, Ultra Realists Mandela. So it's all the way at the bottom. Ultra. There we go. Now this is a beautiful park, isn't it? And you know what the thing is about this park? Take a good look at this. The ground is a mirror. And you know what they did? They literally built an upside down copy under this park. Like, you see the ride. This is called Brahman. This is called Brahman Reflection 5. Now, if we take the... what's it called? It's not there, it's here. Cutaway view. That's the upside down part of the park. Obviously, they only need to build the parts that you can see. So it's not the entire park. But this is the upside down bit. I really like this music. Now let's hope it doesn't get me copyright strike or strike claim. Also, what I like about this park is that there are, like, the rides are all normal. Yeah, I'll do that in a minute, Max. Actually, if we have a merry-go-round, I can do it here. Because, like, there's a normal Ferris wheel here. And there is a normal rotodrop here. And a log flume. It's just decorated very nicely. But I like that the rides are still rides. You know, not the custom rides are great. And they look fantastic and stuff. But I really appreciate the normal ride still. Like, it's not entirely normal here on the log flume with a chain lift. But, you know, close enough. Yeah, the maze is quite big and there are guests in it. It has a nice shape. And if you remove all the scenery... then you can see that there are 4 mazes in kind of a Milky Way shape. A spiral shape, I suppose. And it's quite nice. Oh, we do have a merry-go-round. 2 of them even. A top and a bottom. Cool. Okay, let's go cheaty. 3 cinema. Okay, you need to... let's see. These need to all not play it. And then we'll go back to a merry-go-round. And I need to fire all of these fellas. It's not rotating though. Honestly, that's lovely. That's absolutely lovely. They're the chipmunk version, basically. Now, what you can do, obviously, is you can record that sped up version, and you can then put that as custom music and speed it up again. And that's what I did for the video where I made the merry-go-round go faster and faster and faster and faster until it exploded. I just did it like 4 or 5 times. Thank you for the bits, Max. Okay, let's see. What coaster shall we build? We shall build 12 more of these. That will future-proof the park. For a while. Park with the best roller coasters. Hell yeah. We totally deserve that. Your viewers want you to play a rock version on Candy style. I am not good enough for that, and I also don't have any recording equipment. Like, sure, I could record with my phone or the microphone I use for my videos, but that's not how you properly record guitar. So that's not gonna happen. There is already a rock version of the Roller Coaster Tycoon theme out there. If you just search for like RCT2 theme guitar cover, you'll find it. And it's really good. Live. I have actually played guitar live once. A while ago. Did the Master of Puppets riff. The intro. Just to prove that because people wanted to hear it, so I was like, alright, let's do it. Will there ever be a King reunion tour? Probably not. We also lost one of our members. By which I mean he's no longer part of our friend group. I haven't seen him since high school. Which is, you know, fair. That's how friendships go. Wait, exit. Is there a missing exit path? I didn't know. Ooh, that was satisfying. One of the pirate ships. Oh, is there? But it actually doesn't matter as long as it doesn't need to be fixed. Or inspected, I suppose. Oh, I like that. Well, that's satisfying. Oh, one of them got out of sync. Because guests got on it. Okay, this will be good for a while. That's 2400 guest cap. Is there a way to zoom in more? More than this? Yes. Obviously the UI gets in the way, but you can remove that. Do you want to zoom in more than this? Because this is a corkscrew coaster train. Yeah. This is the track and here's the corkscrew. There it is. So yes, to answer your question, you can zoom in further. It's the scaling factor here in the options. And I have hotkeys for it, which makes it a lot easier, quicker. And I use it for videos sometimes. Especially if I like... I'll do a scaling factor of 2 if I need the UI to be bigger. For example, if I need to point towards the park rating or something like that. If I need one of these screens to be in the screen and bigger, I'll usually just do that, like record it separately and paste it over it. Kill your brother 810 or Robin 850. I mean, 810 hasn't been in the park for a long time. 850 was already gone, it's not coming back. 810, I don't know. Let's see. Do we have a Peter? Yes, we do. 2 of them. C and N. I don't know which one is 810, but I don't care. Probably you don't either. Which one's easier to kill? C, because he's not on a ride. Let's kill C. How's the excitement rating on these coasters? Well, on this one is 550, which is not great. 567, also not particularly awesome. 717, that's a lot greater. All these Woodies have 649. This thing has 415. Oh, these are almost in sync. Oh, no, not quite. How much money do we make per month? Okay, we're closing in on 40,000. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna quite reach levels I reached in Crazy Castle. My best month there was 150,000. Also partly because the park is just smaller. And we're not building rides as quickly. Okay, now we're doing roller coasters. Ooh, we got launched freefall. Yes, 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 yes. Do we have any with path? Not with path that I want. Yeah, let's do it like this. And then like that to make sure that it doesn't get screwed up. Oh, one more there. We'll make a lot of money with this. An absolute lot of money. I promise you. Of course, we first need to wait until it's saved. Also, I want until we have the stats so we can save it. I want some fancier colors. No. No. Yeah, that's good. That's like a guardian from Minecraft. How much can we charge for this? Let's open it. And save it with all this stuff. And let's short path. That's good enough. We can charge 2. That's not right. It's not updated yet. It'll be much more than 2. 1280, there we go. Now, once we have more, we can have charge of Shores. Of course, charge a little less. I think it will be 960. But that's still really good. Nope, that's the wrong one. And nope. There we go. Oh, those fences are on the other side. That makes sense. I thought, what are those two squares doing where we have nothing, but it's the fences. This is also why I did go for roller coasters and thrill rides. Because I wanted the free fall. And I didn't know if I was gonna get it. I could have known, because I have a lot of free falls in the version where in the overcrowded electric fields version. So I could have remembered, but I didn't. Okay, now are you ready for this? That's some good stuff. Oh. Would you look at that? Look at that corkscrew. Nope, still not right. There we go, much better. I'll connect all of them up. This one's also wrong. Needs to be a fence there. Well, it doesn't really need to, but I like it to. Then we can benchify it. Now, you know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna be lazy. For once, I'm not gonna be active. I'm gonna be lazy. There we go. And now we can remove all the fences. Also, I don't like the differently colored grounds, so let's change that. No, wait, it doesn't need to be grass, it needs to be all this. There we go. That wasn't that expensive. We'll remove all the water. Is there a little bit left there now still? No. Now this is gonna make us rich. Okay, we're still advertising. Good. Because there's very little wait time here. It's a good throughput. And we can charge a lot for him. We have a lot of them. Oh yeah, we need a drowning pond. That's right. I forgot. Where shall I make it? How about here? There we go, there's a drowning pond. Now I need more of these. Because guests will walk, I believe, a maximum of... Like, they'll search in a 10 by 10, like a radius of 10. And they need to go to the cash machine. So we need to have a lot of them. Let's put one here. Yeah, that's probably enough. Yeah, if you just... I will remove the option again if you're just gonna make everything salmon pink. Like, some crazy colors here and there is fine. And, like, one ride, which is a bit salmon pink, is also fine. But it was just getting too much, it was getting ugly, it was not fun anymore. I wonder which coaster we'll get next. Are we at 50,000 already? Yes, we are. Good. I need to pay attention because the advertisements will soon run out. In the meantime, let's build a mine ride. Let's see. Like that. Should be a separate point for channel points. Yeah, or just not. Like, the salmon pink meme is funny, but I do like to use these parks for shots in videos and stuff. So at some point it's no longer funny. And it's just overdone. Okay, we got a spinning wild mouse. That's a bad coaster type. There we go. That's the advertising I was talking about. Which I need to renew. Alright, see ya, beef jerky. Thank you for the follow, skate boy. I'll go like this. Now, a tip for building this kind of ride, aka the mine ride, is that you never want to go up a long hill. Because then it slows down to 3 kilometers per hour. You want to go up gradually. Of course, you can go up a long hill if you just went down a long hill. If you have the speed. If you don't have the speed, then you just want to go up gradually. Because it speeds up when it's going not up. So if you have a little bit of that stuff in between, going not up, then you get up way quicker. Oh yeah, mine ride is great. It starts with going down, which is a wonderful way to build your mine ride. I think this is also a good example. I'm never more than 6 meters from the ground, or 4 units. Oh, I kind of messed that up. There's no space here for... Oh well, we'll figure something out with the entrance queue line. Thank you for the follow, Joe Matthew. You know what? I'll just go underground. Whee! I have plenty of money. There we go. Easy. And that is a mine ride. It's not a great one. Like, it'll do fine, it'll make plenty of money, that's all fine, but mine rides are supposed to be heavily themed. This one isn't. It's ugly. But it does the job of making us money. Okay, so how much are these doing per hour? 792. Yeah, that's not particularly great. But they're tiny. You can build a lot of them. And if you force the queue line to be short, aka don't build a long queue path, then, you know, it's fine. You can just divide it over a lot. In total, this thing has about a capacity for about 8,000 per hour. These 10. More scenery, please. I get you. I understand. I totally understand. I like scenery too. There we go. This is much better, isn't it? I love this. Hang on, let's make sure that I have one everywhere. Auto clickers are great for this. Ah, wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. There's a great park somewhere below here. Somewhere under there. The park just went. How does that look on the map? Mostly still fine. Even though there is green above the rides. Like scenery above the rides. It still shows the rides. Look at these launched free falls just poking above the clouds. Isn't that lovely? Okay, let's remove all that. Okay, we got probably about half of it back. What we spent on it. That's a lot better. Drink some water, not a bad idea. How am I today? I'm doing well, thank you. Hope you're doing well too. Do you guys know of a YouTuber called Hello Future Me? He is a sort of writing analysis YouTuber, if you would want to call it that. And he has done quite a lot of videos on Avatar. The Last Airbender, not Avatar the Blue People. Okay, we're gonna fix this pond. And yesterday he released a video called The Psychology of Zuko. It's a 1.5 hour deep dive into, well, the psychology of Zuko. Which is much longer than his 50-minute deep dive in the psychology of Azula, which he did like 2 years ago or something like that. Which is... It's an amazing video. I mean, both are amazing, but this one's probably even better. It's really amazing. You should watch it. Thank you for the 7 months, more cowbell. What coaster are we gonna get next? Oh, we got a log transfer junior coaster. That's terrible. Let's build a big fat Woody. Well, not that big and not that fat, but it'll be a Woody. What's the highest number of money you can get? 214 million and a bit. Cause 32-bit signed integer or whatever. Are Woodies normally not always big and fat? I mean, it depends. I do like them big and fat, but, you know, everyone has their own preference. Are you looking forward to the next Avatar movie? Yeah, right, they were gonna make a movie from Avatar The Last Airbender, right? They haven't done that yet, so it might be interesting. But I hope they don't, like, screw up the casting or something. And, like, mispronounce names. Like, if they mispronounce, like, Aang, like Ong, that would be terrible. Or Sokka, like Soka. I hope they don't do that. There was that one Atla movie. No, there has never been an Atla movie. There is no Avatar movie in Ba Sing Se. There really isn't. I think you missed the drowning. I probably did. The next person that enters the park. Well, that's 5 minutes ago, but I'll take... dang it. He's just out of my vision now. This green one. There we go. Of course there is not. Yeah, no, obviously there is. It was terrible. But they were actually going to make a new one, right? If I remember correctly. There were plans to redo it. Oh no, it was the Netflix series that was coming, or something like that. But the creators of Avatar already left the project because Netflix didn't want to work within their vision, or something like that. I'm not. Don't know all the details, but yeah, it's probably not going to be great, and I don't care. Like, I don't need an Avatar movie. If I want to watch Avatar, I'll watch the cartoons. Like, what do I need a movie for? It's different than like the Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings movies, because books aren't visual, but cartoons are. And I don't think it's ever gonna be good. I don't think that live action of Avatar will ever be as good as the cartoons. Because in cartoons you have much more freedom in how to style your world, kind of, than live action. Especially with all that magic stuff. Like if you need to do really tight movements, which you often do for bending. Oh, we need to make trains one shorter. For, you know, certain bending moves and stuff, you need to be really tight, really fast moving, and often impossibly fast. Photo section, that's not a bad idea. But if you do cartoons, that works fine. You know, you can make them move faster than physically possible. If you do live action, obviously it's still possible. There are a lot of filming techniques and, you know, it's been done before. You can speed up and whatever. But it's a lot more difficult. Stuff like that lends itself much better to cartoons. And obviously, if there's money in it, people will do it, and I get that, and that makes perfect sense, but yeah, we don't need it. And I don't care if the new Avatar movie is gonna be good. Would the Avatar anime hold up for someone who has never seen it before and has no nostalgia for it? Yes. It's like really, really, really good. It's like, if you don't mind watching cartoons, because there are people that don't want to watch cartoons because they're for kids. As long as you don't have that attitude, which you probably don't have, then yes, it's amazing. Season 1 is a bit more geared toward kids. Well, not really, but it's a bit lighter. And it, like, the setup in the first episodes is really good. Like, the world building is fantastic. And season 1 is still amazing. But it is the weakest of the three. And it probably has the most filler episodes. So even though I still really liked season 1 and would not be turned off by it, some people are. So I'm gonna say it in advance, you might be too. But it's worth it to, I don't know, yeah, I wanna say push through, but there's not really much to, it's not like it's bad, it's still really good. It's just not as good as the later seasons. Oh yeah, Uncle Iroh is great. Iroh really is the best character. Now, Slime, if you watch it, and you end up completing it, I will give you a 90% chance that either Iroh or Zuko will be your favorite character at the end of the season. Yeah, I need to actually put this in launched mode. Like, I'm not gonna spoil too much, obviously, but either one will probably be your favorite. Boomy as well. Yeah, Boomy also. I mean, almost all the characters were good. Thank you, Jason, for the 15 months. I don't like the cabbage guy. Like, I don't think the joke is bad, but it's a bit... I think it's highly overrated. Can I ask you something? Do you prefer making YouTube content or Twitch content? Well, if I had to choose, we need to ignore money here. Because if I had to choose, I would need to choose YouTube. Otherwise, like, I don't nearly make enough money on Twitch. Is this one opened? Yes, it's just broken down. Now, given that, let's say I can make a living from both, I make the same money. I don't know. The thing is, yeah, it's so different. The streaming is fun, but I probably wouldn't... Like, right now, I do really like the streaming. Twice a week. It's a good frequency for me. But if I streamed more often, then I probably wouldn't like it as much anymore. Oh, hey. Thank you for the 10 gifted subs, Can Wolf. Out of nowhere. Thank you very much. This has been a good stream. This has probably been my second most profitable stream of the year so far. Would you say Twitch is easier than YouTube because there isn't as much editing on Twitch? Well, yeah, Twitch is a lot easier. For me, it's a lot easier to do than YouTube at the moment. Because my preparation for a Twitch stream is obviously, you know, deciding which game to stream. But I decided what I was going to do today about 10 minutes before I went live. And I can do that because, you know, I just need to change the title and stuff, and that's it. But if I streamed every day, I would need to put more effort into it. I would need to do like all kind of scene changes and make it a lot more all streamlined and fancy and stuff like that, because it would be my main source of income. Like, I do fancy edits and stuff on the YouTube channel, on the YouTube videos. That's also my main source of income. They need to be as good as possible. On the stream, it still needs to be good, obviously, but the stream is more for me to just casually connect and just have a bit of fun playing. Which works because it's not my main source of income. And I think that's very different. And, you know, we say ignoring money, but even if I could choose either one to make a living from, as soon as I make my main living from Twitch, streaming on Twitch becomes a lot more stressful. Because then, like, I would actually need to put a lot of effort into getting the subs. Like, right now, I just make a fun stream the best I can. And I appreciate the subs very much. But if I don't get many, it's fine. If it's a living and I don't get many, it's problematic. Also, the stream is good for making parks up for the videos without having to make the parks for the videos. Yes, I'm kind of working for YouTube here as well. Because I don't know if I'll use a shot of this. But a shot like this, yeah, will be fine. So, but, you know, for my more standard parks, I often use shots from the parks I build, which saves me a lot of work because I don't have to build them. And gives a bit more variety. Okay, now I could refurbish all of these. But that's a lot of work. So I'm going to use one cheat. Renew all the rides. So that I don't have to refurbish them. That makes me a lot more money. Now that's a thing you can do if you just want to have fun on stream. That's not a thing you can do if you want to do a proper challenge. Because then it's cheating. We don't have a mini coaster yet. Was refurbishment added for OpenRCT2? Yes. And it basically means you don't have to destroy and rebuild the ride. It's one button that does that for you. And for most things, it just saves you a bit of time. However, if a ride goes underground, like, you can't build a ride, a saved ride, partially underground. So if your ride goes underground, you can't just simply save it, delete it, and rebuild it. That doesn't work. But refurbishing still works. So that actually makes that a lot easier. Instead of you having to rebuild the entire ride. Or dig out the entire ground and then build the ride, then delete the ride that was underground, drag the ground up again and rebuild that part, or whatever you want to do. What's the largest impact crater on Earth and what is its diameter? It might be the one in Yucatan, the dinosaur one. But I'm honestly not sure. Oh, do we have rockets? I would like rockets. Yes, because we can do trains and they lose speed not that quickly. Diameter would be probably then like kilometer of 10. So yeah, in conclusion, the reason the streaming is so nice is because I don't do it every day. If I need to do it every day, then it just becomes too much. Especially because streaming is mentally quite taxing. Oh, Vredefort crater in South Africa. 160 kilometers in diameter. That's quite big. Also, I don't think this drop is large enough to get the stat requirement. So let's go up. And what I mean with streaming is quite taxing. I have to be on for however many hours I stream for. Which is usually roughly 3. Being on for 3 hours is quite long. And I can't suddenly, take a break of 10 minutes. Because that's not how this works. If I edit, it's just much more relaxing. But also much more work to make a video than to stream. So both have upsides and downsides. Drink some water? I will. Oh, we have vandalism. I mean, there are lots of people that stream every day and, make it work, make a living from it. Obviously, some get crazy rich, like Ninja. Stuff like that. People like that. But I believe I don't think Roller Coaster is a good game for that. And I'll tell you why. Ninja streamed Fortnite. T90, a streamer I sometimes watch, well, mostly his YouTube videos, which are just taken from streams. T90 streams Age of Empires. Now, both Fortnite and Age of Empires are games where it's a competitive aspect. You play a game, and then after, 10 minutes to 2 hours, however long it takes, it's over and you start playing the next game. I don't care as long as she drowns. Well, aren't you sadistic? And the thing about those kinds of games where you just, you play a game and you just keep playing new games, it's very different than playing a scenario like this. Because here I keep having to make my own goals. Because there's only a certain number of scenarios. Like, after I've beaten Crazy Castle, I can't keep doing Crazy Castle. I can't keep just regularly going through the scenarios. I need to do something new. While if you're really good at playing Fortnite or playing whatever game, competitive game, you can just do that. Obviously it's not as easy as that. You need to do a bit more if you want to make a living, but I think the ads are gone. Yeah, they've been gone for a long while probably. Oh, actually only a few weeks. That's why I think if you're good at a competitive game, it's much easier to become, like, to make a living from streaming. It's still incredibly difficult, but not as difficult. Become an RCT2 speedrunner. No thank you. First off, I would have a lot lower viewership. Because you guys aren't really into that, most of you. Most of you just want the chill stream. Which of course complements my YouTube videos very well. Are we out of coasters? No, we're not, but we keep developing obscure cars. Like, I want actual coasters. Also, I like the relaxing stream. I like that I can sometimes just zone out for like 10 seconds and just build or whatever, or stare at the screen and it's fine. That doesn't really work if you're doing a speedrun. Like speedruns, you need to be hyper focused. In a competitive game, you need to be focused. But if you lose focus for a little bit in a competitive game, you're mostly gonna be fine. Unless it's absolutely, top of the line. But a speedrun, that doesn't work. I did one stream dedicated to speedrunning, like more than a year ago, on Roller Coaster Tycoon, and it's not for me, the speedrunning. I still have a few records, but that's just because no one else bothered. They weren't slow by any means. I've done I might do a speedrun video every now and then, but that's also speedrunning on my own. That's not while also having to entertain an audience. And you can absolutely be popular on Twitch by just speedrunning and not entertaining the audience. That works. But then you have to be extremely good at it. And it needs to be a popular... Oh, hello. And it needs to be a very popular game, like some Mario game or whatever. And I am not extremely good at Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 speedrunning. And Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 isn't super popular. Let alone speedruns of Roller Coaster Tycoon. So it doesn't quite work. Usually speedruns are more interesting when they are obscure games. Yeah, but it also depends on the game. Like Roller Coaster Tycoon also isn't really a classic speedrunning game. Yeah, part of the thing is also the Super Mario Brothers speedrunners shows me is that when you play Super Mario, getting the precise inputs is a lot easier than playing Roller Coaster Tycoon. Because if you do Super Mario, all you need to do is, you have the controller in your hand, you know exactly where all the buttons are, of course. And then you just need to press them. Now, obviously it's not that easy, but it is. Compared to really building a coaster really fast with a mouse. It's a lot more difficult to be hyper precise with a mouse cursor than with some buttons on a controller. Or some buttons on your keyboard or whatever. And that's what makes that, I think, more difficult. To do it fast while also being able to pay some attention to the chat. Because I would have, you know, you have to click here, then you have to click, I don't know, for example, on thrill rides, then you have to click there, then exactly there on this thin little thing. And it's the dragging around that makes it difficult to do it very fast, very precisely. Speedrunning in the vanilla RCT2 is also pretty bad because most scenarios are fixed time scenarios. Well, people have found solutions for that. It's just they do like the early scenario completion. You obviously don't have that option because it's vanilla, but they act like it is there. So Electric Fields, we would have beaten it as soon as we had hit 700 guests and 600 park value. Or rating, not value. There is a streamer who streams AoE 2 with a controller. That's bad enough. Isn't that Dave who does that? AoE 2 with a controller. If I'm not mistaken. Ah yes, it is Dave. What do you think of the new guest complaint about the queue line being too long? I don't get it too often, so I don't really care. I mean, it's useful. But I did complain about it just after it got implemented because it went off way too often and I believe it's been turned down. At least I do get it less often now. We get articulated trains now. I want new coaster types. I want fancy coaster types, not stupid other trains. Oh well. We are getting quite rich in the meantime, by the way. We have about 400k. Like, could have gotten much richer if I actually went for it hardcore, but that's not what makes this fun on the stream. And we still might become a millionaire. Yeah, you know what? I'll continue until I'm at least a millionaire. We're making, 113,000. That's because I refurbished all the rides. And I have the right price manager. Which means I charge much more now. Because when I did Crazy Castle, I just set the price at the 13-month price. So not the highest possible, so that I had to micromanage a bit less. I did refurbish them after that, but that means I don't charge as much. Stream Zoo Tycoon and let us decide what animals to put in your zoo. You would already have 2 viewers. I should still stream Zoo Tycoon sometimes. The problem was that I couldn't get it to work nicely. Although, you know, it should be... Yeah, no, it should be fine actually. I think that was before I did stream... when I still used normal OBS. I had some problems with it. Alright, see ya, more cable. Oh yeah, I still have a 25k loan. Let's pay that back. Whoopsie. I do like that exotic custom music. By the way, if you do want to like make a lot of money with your own custom rides, this is basically how you do it. You just build medium-sized custom coasters and you make sure you have enough trains, aka at least 2 or 3 if it's a longer coaster, and you can make absolutely tons of money with them. Obviously it's not perfectly optimized, but it's good enough to have some fun. Thank you for the 6 months, Nicolaus1990. Good Old Games works great. Is Zoo Tycoon on Good Old Games? I still have a copy on my computer that I copied over from my old computer. Which I believe I copied over from the computer before that, which at some point I pirated. Like many years ago. I did look on Steam, but I couldn't find it on Steam. I'm lazy and use the mod that automatically sets all rides to the optimal price. I do too at the moment. But I do have opinions about it. Like, if you're going for a... Oh, that's the second turn, never mind. If you're going for a proper challenge, like beating a difficult scenario or something like that, then you should not use it. That's cheating. However, if you just want to have fun, build a big park, or, I don't know, stream, some nerds actually stream this game, and have fun, then it's amazing and go for it. But it very much depends on the situation that you're using it in. Obviously, cheating is still fine. But if you like use it to beat, I don't know, Ghost Town or whatever, and then go, you know, telling everyone that you've just beaten Ghost Town, then you should clarify that you used the plugin. That makes it a lot easier. Yeah, RCT is on GOG. I've actually got an RCT 1 on Good Old Games. I like that you can do the ultra steep lift hills with the looping coaster. Yeah, or use it if you want to see number go up. Yeah, but because I did a proper challenge, like this morning, which I recorded, I plan to make a video about it. I didn't use it because it was an actual challenge instead of just number go up. And it was just, you know, let's see if I can make enough money to completely excavate Crazy Castle before I beat it. I just pretend I'm employing a ride pricing expert to set all the optimal prices. A ride pricing expert? You employ someone that works for free. Name a ride of your choice. Which are we gonna name? Unpaid intern. An unpaid intern who's an expert on ride pricing. And you employ him for that. An expert unpaid intern. Name the looping coaster without loopings. No loopity poopy. Alright. I literally have two of them here next to each other, but you presumably mean this one. There we go. The park is getting almost full. Oh, it's getting thundery. Oh, by the way, I'm forgetting. We need more of these babies to make sure that our guests can get money anywhere. Ah, that's probably enough. What if there was RCT multiplayer where it's 1 versus 1? Both players start with the same amount of different bank accounts. You try to bankrupt the other. You can sell rights to the other player. You negotiate the price that you sell for. You can't remove pots that were laid down, so think before you place one. Honestly, stuff like that would just probably devolve into just optimizing the hell out of everything. And that looks very similar every time. So it's probably not all that fun. That's the problem. Like, I've thought about stuff like that before. Competitive Roller Coaster Tycoon. The problem is, like, if you're gonna be like, who can get the most guests in a certain amount of time or whatever, it's just gonna be hyper optimizing. Hey, Aaron. And that hyper optimizing is not very fun to watch. Like, it's not fast. Hyper optimizing is slow. And yeah, it's just, I wouldn't like to watch that. I wouldn't like to do it even. Like hyper optimizing is fun, but not if you keep doing it. I wouldn't want to do that for 3 hours straight. Keep doing new matches and whatever. If given a chance, a player will optimize the fun out of a game. I mean, hyper optimizing is a lot of fun, but not if you overdo it. And if there was a competitive RCT mode where you needed to hyper optimize, and basically pretty much every objective like pretty much anything that can be objectively based in, like, obviously you can judge builds and like how beautiful they look, and there are already tons of contests for that. Like New Element obviously has their head to head, and people build beautiful parks, all that kind of stuff. But that's based on taste. If you want anything that's based on literally numbers, just like any competitive game where you can just, where a computer can tell that you've won, then it will just evolve into optimizing. Be it getting the highest excitement or rating or stuff like that. It will just all be optimizing. And it will be ugly roller coasters. It will not be beautiful. Yeah, it's fun to find optimizations, but the point in watching is, like, if you give 2 players a plot and tell them to build the highest excitement twister coaster they can in that plot, then it will be ugly, because that's how optimized roller coasters work. And it will probably not be all that fun to watch, because it's just a lot of tinkering back and forth. They would look the same. Probably not, because people will have slightly different approaches. Like, people aren't perfect at it, so they probably wouldn't look the same. But it's just a lot of tinkering that isn't fun to look at. I think there's one thing that might be interesting and that might be fun, but might also be super frustrating for the players, is build those stats competition. You might know that there's a minigame I used to host on the Rollercoaster and Friends server called Build Those Stats. I've done it on stream, I've made a YouTube video about it. It's basically, the idea is, you get some stats, like 5.00, 6.00, 7.00, for example, and you need to make a ride that has those exact stats in excitement, intensity, nausea. And if you pit 2 people against each other and tell them you need to build a coaster with these stats as fast as possible, then you obviously have different approaches. They might use different coaster types, all that kind of stuff. And that could be interesting. But the problem with build those stats is that doing it can quickly become very frustrating. With tiny changes, and that like sometimes only change 200 at a time, while you need to change 100. And all that kind of stuff. So that would be a bit annoying, probably. And build those stats is fun to do if you do it like casually, not if you need to do it as fast as possible. I meant that you are both on the same park during the 1v1, sharing the same plot of land, so you can try to sabotage the other by rushing a path in the way of what these buildings that you can't remove paths. Yeah, but how would that even work? Like, what's the goal? How do you attach a tangible goal to that? Like you said, bankrupt each other, but how do you bankrupt each other? Yeah, 5 minutes into the match, the entire park is only path. Or, like, if someone's built a ride somewhere, you just build a no entry sign. Then the other guy removes it, you build it again. That doesn't really work. I wanted the... what's it called? Bench warmer. There we go. Thank you for the 16 months, Crazy Baboon. Finally caught a stream without missing it. I mean, good luck catching a stream while also missing it. If you manage to do that, I'll be impressed. What was I gonna do? Alright, research. Holy, we're still getting new trains. How many trains are we gonna get? This one doesn't even fit on the thing. What's the largest country exclave? Wouldn't that be Alaska? Drink some water. I like some water. That's some good water. Ah yes, it is Alaska. Are there still coasters left? No, we're finally through all the coaster types. But we have like a million different trains for everything now. Electric Fields is a bit boring when it comes to the coaster selection. Like, the Spinning Wild Mouse, Junior, Classic Mini and Mini Roller Coaster are all like small kind coasters. The Looping Coaster, Corkscrew and Looping and Corkscrew are quite similar. Mine Ride is meh. And then you have like the wooden coaster, but it's all very standard. Now, these are all the different trains we have available, which is especially a lot of wooden coaster trains. In the end, the whole problem with trying to make Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 competitive is that either be it in a speedrun fashion or like a 1v1 fashion. It's just that it's not a competitive game. Which is obviously fine, it's an amazing game, but a non-competitive game, well, like, you can't make it suddenly work for competitive. It's not how it works. Okay, is the train long enough to do this? I think just about not. Ooh, that works. Sorry about that. Couldn't mute in time. Okay, that doesn't work. Hay fever and stuff. I guess the coaster choices make sense when you consider it a beginner park. Well, I just did Crazy Castle, which is also a beginner park, and that has a lot more interesting coaster types. I sneezed, I did, and I got a lot of bless you, so thank you. I feel very blessed. Any game where the objective is to get a character from point A to point B, or the objective is just to do like certain actions, that's great for speedrunning. But if the goal is to just build a park that fulfills these requirements, that's not nearly as good for speedrunning. Haven't you made the argument that Crazy Castle isn't really a beginner park? Yes, but it's still classified as one. Also, unlocking some more interesting coaster types late in the development cycle is absolutely great for a beginner park. Like, for example, Forest Frontiers has the stand-up coaster, which is interesting. Ooh, isn't that nice? We go. Oh no, we're not high enough for that. All right, we'll go the other way. Have you guys watched Summoning Salt's latest video, which was released like 2 days ago or something, about the history of speedrun records on, I think it was New Super Mario Bros. Wii? Something like that. It was, again, really good. I mean, it's Summoning Salt, obviously it's gonna be really good. If you don't know Summoning Salt, you should. He makes videos on history of world records of speedruns of different video games. And his videos are always top notch. And the music is just that he uses in the videos is captivating. I really like Home. He always uses it at the start and the end of his videos. At least almost always, not sure if always, but it's a lovely song. It's just, especially because it's associated with his videos now. It's just has a certain vibe. It's almost nostalgic. Hearing that. It's obviously not, because I only heard it for the first time a few years ago on his videos. I saw that vid on Twitch and there was a bunch of technical problems. Does he do that often? Wait. Which video? I'm not really sure what you're talking about. Okay, I made 126,000. We need to renew the rights again. The Summoning Salt one. I mean, I don't know on Twitch. I didn't even know he did Twitch, but his videos on YouTube never have any problems. So, I don't know. That's why I was confused, because I didn't know he did Twitch. 1142. What do you have against 1142? Oh, I need to change back for that. And they're already gone. I can offer you 1148, which is the closest. An exit line. It was just a YouTube video presented without commentary. Oh. Well. Didn't know he did that. Are we still adding? No, we're not adding. Let's add some ads. There we go. Oh, that works for 1148. Alright, bye-bye. In the drowning pond you go. And that's the problem with electric fields. It's small. Like, obviously you could have built a little bit more compactly and I could have made way more money, but electric fields is pretty much full now. Now, we're still at over 100,000 a month. So it's not like we're making peanuts. But still, it's a bit small if you want to be absolutely super rich. We can fit in some free falls though. Probably. I only really want to build them on the ground. There we go, that fits. Extremely full electric fields, or FF for short. Cough FFA. Meanwhile, I'm over here trying to get used to RCT2's controls again after 15 years without it. Yeah, that does take a while to know where everything is. Your queue lines are too long. Let's see what the longest is in terms of waiting time. Or did I... No, I didn't get a message from that. Queue time. Longest is 5 minutes for a merry-go-round 1. I don't think any of this classifies as too long. Like, the 4 minutes for swinging inverter ship. Like, they're not very long. And a lot of them are like 2 minutes or 1 minute. Oh yeah, if you want to see a long queue line, what did I call it? I think it was like Giga queue line or just queue. I forget. Yes. Now this is a long queue line. Thank you for 9 months. Baltable Bobby. Marcel, this is God speaking. It's time to kill. Okay. Where's the drowning pond? There's the drowning pond. So yeah, this is 13,000 peeps. All waiting for a Giga Coaster with a queue time of 126 minutes. Now, that's not right. The queue time is much longer than that. It's just overflowed a bunch of times. Ah, it just got back. At very high speed. And now they need to wait. Because the minimum wait time is quite long. Minimum wait time is 100 seconds. Now the coaster itself is pretty good. Year-long queue, or more than it, much more than one in-game year. Probably at least 10. Okay, you know what, let's just release it. There we go. It goes quite fast. And we'll go even faster. This is a perfect ride, isn't it? Long straightaways, very interesting. The stats are really good. There's a reason some straight bits don't have boosters. It's because we don't get out, so that we don't get over 10 intensity. This thing has 10.65 excitement, 9.90 intensity, and 4.01 nausea. Okay, someone said close the ride, see if the game crashes. That's actually a good idea. Let's see. It might. Oh, no, that was remarkably easy. Oh, this is satisfying, isn't it? This is very satisfying. It's beautiful. Especially with all the entertainers. Yeah, this could make a nice end screen. I've already used this very cue line for like the outro shot of one of my videos once. Yeah, now it looks like everyone is queuing for a one-tile maze. It's going to take forever for them to actually go back, because if someone who's all the way at the back of the queue, they would need to walk to the front of the queue and then back to get out of the queue line, and that takes forever. This is a very long path. Thank you for the follow. I sit na CM. But let's get back to electric fields. To get to become a millionaire, millionaire, millionaire. Alright, can we build it somewhere here? Does it hold the record for most people in a single queue? Without cheats? Probably. Now, I don't know what others have done. I have not even posted this on Reddit or anything. So, I don't know. But probably yes. What's your least favorite challenge in RCT2? Do you mean scenario? If I can combine both RCT1 and RCT2 scenarios, then it's Harmonic Hills. I hate Harmonic Hills. It's a scenario with quite a few trees, where you can't remove the trees. You also can't build above tree height. And you can't alter the ground, so you can't go underground either. Oh, we have some space left there. Which means you need to build your ride through the trees, like weaving and stuff. Which is just not fun. Like, yeah, I can do it. I didn't have much trouble beating it. It wasn't super difficult. But it was just not fun. Yeah, it was tedious. If you're going just RCT2, then definitely one of the expansions. Let's see. I mean, I don't like Rio Carnival. I really don't like it. A lot of these I've barely played enough to know whether I like them. They just mostly are not particularly interesting. Oh yeah, I really don't like Roaring 20 Skyscrapers. I don't like... which was the other one? Oh yeah, I don't like Rock and Roll, Rock and Roll. There was another one somewhere here. But I've forgotten which one it was. Oh yeah, Roller Coaster Heaven is boring as hell. You have infinite money to build 10 coasters of a kilometer long with at least 7 excitement. There is no fail condition and you have infinite money. Like, it's not also keep your rating above 700 or something like that. You literally cannot fail. You can get away with probably 10 pre-builds. Ugh. The most annoying thing of that park is that it comes with a lot of giant redwood trees. Which is fine in open RCT2. But in the original, you can't remove big scenery easily. you have to remove them one by one by hand. Which is incredibly annoying. And that just makes that scenario not fun to play. I'd like to ask what your favorite challenge is. Self-induced stuff like building a park in 2 squares or something. I wouldn't know. Well, a few of my favorite challenges, if you consider that a challenge, would be the overcrowded parks that I've built. It's if you would, describe it as a challenge, it would probably just be the challenge is to build as dense a park as you can. It doesn't really sound like a challenge, but it is. And I really like doing that. I did the first one in 2013, which was at the time Electric Fields. Yeah, I can build one here, but I can't do exit line stuff. Park's getting a bit full. There's some space left here. Maybe I can fit a coaster in there somewhere. Ooh, that's a lot of pukies. I need more handyman. In terms of challenges, I like the one I did this morning, which was try to excavate, what's it called, Crazy Castle before you beat it. Based on something Dirkling did. I don't know which other challenges I've done, honestly. I've kind of forgotten. How many vandalisms do we have? It's quite a few. Let's fix them. With the bench warmer. Easy. We have a lot of puke. Why are guests so bad at doing nausea? Is the super zoom feature and the super turbo speed both standard on OpenRCT2? Okay, so the super zoom you get by having your drawing engine as OpenGL. And to get the hyper fast speed, and also these two, you need to enable in the options the debug. Where is it? Oh, you need to enable debug options somewhere. And there, enable debugging tools. You look at the top left, you'll see the gear thing appearing and disappearing. Place more first aids. I'd rather not place aids in my park, but okay. What's more important, first aid booths or ATMs? Depends on what you want to achieve. If you just need to beat a guest goal, especially if guests pay for the entrance, then first aid rooms are probably more important. If you want to be a rich boy, then ATMs. Like, if you want to get incredibly rich, basically what I'm doing here, you need ATMs. Like, we're making 150k a month almost. You literally cannot do that without ATMs, unless you make the scenario so that guests spawning ridiculously rich. But there is no scenario, I believe, that have guests spawning with more than $100. Maybe 120, but I'm not sure. Like in real life, if you want to get very rich, you shouldn't care about people's health. No, that's wrong. That's wrong. Caring about people's health still makes you even richer. Because if they're not nauseous anymore, they'll go on new rides quicker. But if your goal is just to maximize wealth, then, which makes sense, then obviously, like if you need to choose between the two, then yeah, they need money to spend. Like, if they're not very healthy, they can become slowly healthy on their own, or they'll just, I don't know, be suffering while they do it. It's all fine. But if they don't have money to spend, like if they're not healthy, they'll spend their money slower. If they don't have money to spend, well, yeah, that doesn't really work. So I get that you were trying to make, you know, a cynical comment about capitalism and whatever, but yeah, I mean, I don't think it really holds up. It's just, yeah, if you want wealth, the first thing is that obviously guests need to be alive in your park. Well, they can't die in this game. Well, they can, but not from being nauseous. Marcel once again ruining my commentary joke. I mean, obviously I knew it was a joke, but I wanted to talk a bit about it. Sometimes I like to get a bit real. Oh, that's the same height as the chain lift. That doesn't really work, now does it? Also, we're almost a millionaire. Oh, I do like this, where it's going through the support of a wooden coaster. Have you been to Cedar Point, America? No, I've not been to America. So, no. I've not been outside Europe. Well, sort of. I've been to the Canary Islands, which are, like, technically Africa. But they belong to Spain, so it's sort of Europe. Like, geographically, it is Africa. And we're going through this loop. Would you ever do a meetup if you get big enough? Trust me, I'm already big enough. I don't need to gain more weight. Okay, that was a bad joke. Not what I meant. Obviously. Also, I'm easily big enough to have a meetup already. Like, there would probably, if I want to do a meetup, there would probably at least a dozen people. If I, you know, planned it in advance to somewhere Utrecht or something. Somewhere central. So I could do a meetup, but I don't really want to at the moment. So I'm not saying no forever, but for now I'm saying no. Hey, we're a millionaire. Sweet. When will you get married? Well, I suppose I would need to find a partner first. So, at least 5 years away. I went to a meetup recently. It was pretty fun to meet people I've only known online. Yeah, but it's different if there's a meetup, like, if there's a meetup from just like a community. That's different from a YouTuber meetup where you mostly go to meet me. Obviously also to meet other viewers. But the problem with hosting a meetup, if I do it, is that I need to be, like, I need to make sure there's a program. I need to be entertaining. I need to be, well, it's basically a stream but more difficult. And more taxing. Which is, like, I need to be on all the time. And I also need to, you know, look good. And for example, you know, stuff like picking your nose or whatever. I can't do that on a meetup. If I really want to, I can do it on a stream. You know, I can scratch my balls on a stream. I can't do that on a meetup. At least, Not while talking to people. Says who? I mean, yeah, technically you can. How do you know? How do we know you're not scratching your balls right now? Now that's the thing. Right now I can do it, and obviously I have done if they itch, which sometimes happens, just like any other body part that sometimes itches. But you can't do that in a meetup, and if the meetup is about me, which obviously it will be, then I need to be, I need to be on my best all the time. For many hours, presumably. Which is not my idea of a good time. No, I didn't want that. I wanted the green next to it. I think I've accidentally sold a blue hat though. Yeah, that's that. Oh, also a red hat. Hat. Let's kill the red hatter. Where's the blue hatter? There's the blue hatter. You're both gonna die. Only 50% of people are wearing proper pants. I don't need to wear pants. I have never streamed not wearing pants. I've also never streamed not wearing a shirt. I have once made a video not wearing a shirt. It was the Urban Park No Ads challenge. And no buying land also. Because it was like 35 degrees. Alright, I think that's going to be about it for this stream. So this is quite an optimized electric field. We're a 1.1 millionaire. We made 158,000. Which is more than I did in Crazy Castle. But it's a bit, we had a little bit of help from cheats here. Obviously the right price manager and the cheat to renew the ride so that we don't have to put a lot of effort into refurbishing them. It's still a lot of money. It's still a lot of money. Parks looks chaotic. It looks a bit chaotic, yeah, even though it's fairly organized. But it's also a bit chaotic. Can you do more RCT3 content? I mean, technically, yes. Am I gonna do it? Most likely not. Alright, let's save it. Let's see who we can raid. A lot more Fortnite content. No. Just no. Alright. There's a streamer called I Have Fleas. Let's hope for them that they don't. And they're playing Rollercoaster Tycoon. So, thank you very much for watching this stream. I had a lot of fun. And I liked showing off that Mandala Park, which is a genius park, not built by me. I might make a video about it at some point. Who knows? So thank you very much for being here, and I will see you on Wednesday. I hope you have a good week and a good night. Bye bye.